Question 4, the final evaluation question. How did you use new media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? New media technologies, now looking back, were basically everything in my project. Without the new media technologies that I used throughout the course, either software or hardware, I wouldn't have been able to produce a project of this high standard, or a project that I am happy with. If these new media technologies were not available, the quality of my work would be extremely poor. Without it, I wouldn't have been able to do the extensive research that I did. Therefore, now looking back, new media technologies were everything. I do feel that I use the new media technologies to my advantage, and I use an extreme wide range of these. Firstly, I'm going to talk about Blogger. I use Blogger as a source to present all of my work throughout the whole project. I also use Blogger as a way I could refer back to all of my older posts. For example, at the beginning of the project, I did a lot of research into different production companies, different genres, etc. So when I was starting to create my product, I could go back to these stages and know exactly what I was doing. Blogger was also a good tool that I used for peer evaluation. I could record all the feedback that I received from teachers, friends, family and people in my target audience. This also allowed me to communicate with my classmates, knowing what they are doing on their blogs and then being able to see my blog. This helped a lot with helping me decide what I was going to do and how, etc. At the beginning, I started the research element of the project. I knew this was extremely vital, so I knew I had a better understanding of how a film trailer works and how posters and film magazines are produced also. It's important that I knew what film trailers allowed us to see and what they hid from us to keep us intrigued when we were watching them. Seeing a lot of film trailers over the course of this project really helped, so I knew exactly what I was doing in my own film trailer. I also read into film trailers and film posters in the same genre of romance. I felt that this helped a lot when I was creating and had my initial ideas for both, because I knew exactly what my target audience was looking for and what existing products were already out on the market. When I came to research film magazines in the genre of romance, I felt that there were not enough romance film magazines out there, which did have an impact, as I didn't really know the codes and conventions of a film magazine in the genre romance. However, I did research into film magazines, so I got a better understanding of what film magazines looked like and how they were portrayed. At the end, I was happy with the final outcome of my film magazine, and I did feel that it was a very romantic feel, using the different colours I knew linked to the genre romance. As my main search engine, I use Google mostly. Obviously they went to different websites, but I use Google as my main platform to research all the information that I needed throughout the project. The main focus in terms of research was looking at existing products. This was a massive part of the project for me, as this really helped create a product package that used the same codes and conventions of existing products. Without researching into these existing products, my final product would not be of the standard that it is now, as I know what is already out on the market. Although I'd watched a lot of film trailers and seen many film posters and magazines, I never really paid attention to all of the details, codes and convention that they had, and what makes up these products. This whole project has definitely changed the way I see film trailers, posters and magazines. To watch the trailers, I use IMBD, the website. This website allowed me to not only watch the film trailers but see the ratings of the film. This really helped in the research stage also. Audience research was a massive part of my research process. To do this, I use a website called SurveyMonkey, which allowed me to analyse the questionnaire results of all the audience feedback. This way I was able to create products with the help of my target audience and what they would expect to see in a trailer, magazine or a poster. I feel as though last year in AS I didn't use these type of programs. I just went for the more basic ways to gather feedback, or the easier ways, as I wasn't as skilled as I am now a year later at A2. Using SurveyMonkey gave me a wider range of answers and ideas from my target audience. This way I could give my survey to a lot more people, as I didn't have to print it off and personally hand it to them. I could send it over via email, Facebook, Twitter and all the different types of social media that there is. This again is a new media technology. I use new media technologies online throughout the course to produce my findings. I also used a website called Prezi, which is a presentation software on the internet, which is a more interactive way of presenting than a standard presentation on PowerPoint. This allowed me to be more creative. I then embedded these onto my blog, which can be seen automatically on there. I also use SlideShare. SlideShare is a program that you create a PowerPoint on PowerPoint, and then you upload it onto SlideShare and you again embed it onto your blog. This is again a more creative way to produce and to present a PowerPoint, as I feel a PowerPoint made my skills look very basic, and I wanted to use my skills to the best of my ability and to show that I do have better skills than I did at AS. I also use my smartphone for this project. Smartphones are a massive part of a lot of people's lives, so I've used mine also a lot in this project. When I was creating my storyboard, I was adding a lot of notes to a piece of paper, which gathered into a storyboard eventually for the plot of my film trailer. Therefore, using my smartphone, I took a photograph and uploaded it straight onto my blog, using the Blogger application on my iPhone. I also did this with my font ideas. This really helped, as I thought it was a massive time saver. The Blogger application was extremely easy to use, and I could view everything on it just like I can on the computer. This again is a new media technology, and it really helped me make things quicker throughout the course. Now onto the construction of my product packages. I used a digital camera for taking my photographs and filming. I used a very high standard camera at AS also, so this did help me this year knowing exactly how to use a high standard camera and to get the best quality photographs I could. For the construction of my film trailer, I used iMovie on an Apple Mac computer. I had never used iMovie before, so at the beginning I was quite unsure of how to use it and how I would feel whilst I was creating my film trailer. I found that iMovie was very good software for me to use. This allowed me to use all the different transitions, fonts, and to edit my film, making it look very professional and realistic. And in the end, I really enjoyed using iMovie, and I thought it was a very good platform to use. Finally, for my movie poster and movie magazine front cover, I used Adobe Fireworks and Photoshop to edit. I'd used both of these programs before at AS again, so I was quite advanced in using them, but I feel that this time round I used my skills to a better level and created a product that was a lot more skillful. So I am really proud of how my skills have developed from AS. I also used a lot of social media when I was asking for feedback. I know that social media is a massive part of especially my target audience lives, 15 to 19-year-olds. I am always on social media, so it was a very easy way for me to gather information and feedback quite quickly. I knew that my target audience range used social media a lot too, so I always knew that they were online for me to ask them questions about what they thought about my movie poster and magazine and what elements I need to change to make it better, and this really helped me a lot. It gave me a lot more ideas, and even just speaking to people personally, face to face, just asking them small questions really helped a lot. Thank you for listening, and this is my final valuation question for my A2 media coursework.